North Leiden, West Side, on XFM 104.9, sunny day, 2007.
It's going so well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Going so well.
Ricky Gervais.
Once again, the English language tripped you up.
The mouth with the tongue lips. Exactly. Was all over the brain and talk. The brain and talk through the throat. Oh, dear.
Oh, language is his tool. So, look, I think we should do some introductions, because I think it seems to me every week everyone knows who you are, because you're, the face of the moment, but they forget who, me and the K-Man are.
Well, with me, Steve Merchant.
Hi.
And the K-Man, who's our producer and friend. And can I just say that I really look forward to this show. Like, I get, oh great, we're gonna do a show and we're gonna play some tracks we like and have a laugh. But now I'm looking forward to meeting Karl.
Of course.
Honestly, I come in and I see his face and I go, alright. And I'm, just great, like just a little friend. Do you know what I mean? You know when a kid comes around to play with him and you go, oh, can I come out to play? And it's like the little friends. It's like that with Karl.
Yeah. Yeah, and if we don't see him in the week, you see, we deliberately stay away from him in the week so that he'll be fresh to us.
It was, go on.
You start off friendly, like you did today, and as soon as Steve turns up, you start getting nasty and saying things about my little bald head.
No, I said, look, okay, right, listen, let me explain. Karl was making the tea, and you know those bins, that's sort of like a round sort of Metal Mickey type bin that you can take off a thing? I went, oh, that would make a good little helmet. It would make it look like Metal Mickey, because it's the same shape as his head.
Sure.
Right? And I put it on, and
so far, so good, Rick. No problem there. That's just two mates having a laugh.
Right.
You're putting a bin on another man's head.
Right, it's right. So I put it on, and the swing bit, through gravity and the angle, swung and hit him in the nose.
Sure.
Right? He went, ow! And I went, I said something like, it's alright.
Yeah, of course, because you were being amused.
Yeah, I said, it's alright, don't worry.
Yeah.
And he went, no, I've just washed my hair.
Yeah.
That annoyed me.
That did annoy you, sure.
Because there was lots of, like, shit and coffee and horrible, gunk.
In his hair, or?
No, in the inside of the bin.
Sure.
But what annoyed me is, he's hardly got any hair.
Let's be honest, he looks like Moby.
Yeah, so I said, I took the bin off.
Yeah.
And I was having a laugh, and I thought, you
ruined my fun, is what
do you know what I mean? I said, wash your hair. I said, we could do that now in 30 seconds.
Yes.
And he looked at me like I was in the wrong.
I know. Rick, that annoys me about him.
I know.
That doesn't annoy me about him. But otherwise he's like childlike.
Yeah,
in so many other ways. He doesn't understand that he's hurting your emotions and your feelings.
But also, right, we were playing football, so I can't play football, right, and so we were playing football.
Was that just in the office, or?
Yeah, just in the office before you came, right, and we were sort of kicking it back and forth, and I started kicking it a bit hard, and but he was quite good. I said, this is great, right, and we finished anyway, because we thought we'd break some up, and I went, I bet you were quite good at football, weren't you? And I actually thought he looked like quite a natural, I thought he'd be good, he's from the north, and I thought that's all he'd have.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
And he went, I said, I suppose you're quite good at football, and he turned, the quickest flash, I went, I've scored once, right? He said, and that's because I was being chased by a bee. And I went, save it!
Yeah.
He went, no, I said, please save it, because I want to tell Steve that. No, you can continue now.
Please tell us the rest of the story. You've scored a goal once, because you're being chased by a bee.
Yeah, you've done it now, really. Was on the,
There must be more to that story, K-Man.
I was in the school team. I wasn't that good as a kid at football, to be honest. Mainly down to, I think it's because of my dad wasn't into football.
Right.
I think that's the way it works, isn't it? If your dad's into it, then you could be a footballer when you're older.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because you're into it. And, so I was in the school team because I got on with the other lads. They let me in the team.
Popular guy, yeah. Sure.
And, yeah, I was stood there doing nothing, because I didn't really know what to do. I never knew which way I was meant to be shooting.
Yeah.
Got all that messed up.
Yeah,
I just stood there, right, and with my hands behind my back, and something landed on me, on like this part of my thumb.
You can't just point, it's radio.
It's this bit here.
Right, yeah.
The fleshy bit of the thumb, yeah.
And I thought, oh, what's that? And I looked down, and it was a bee.
Thumb. Oh, it was a bee, yeah.
It was a bee on me. So I start running, try to get away from it, and bees, actually something interesting about bees, more chance of getting stung by a bee in windy weather than any other sort of weather.
That's incredible.
Anyway, so I'm running away.
And he said there was no more.
Extraordinary. I've already learned many things. You're being chased by the bee, it's windy.
I'm running.
It's on your thumb, is it still on your thumb now?
It's sort of gripping onto me like a stag beetle.
Clever.
Like a stag beetle! I love it. Oh,
or a bee!
Yeah.
So I'm running, I'm running towards, like, the goal.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And the ball comes to me.
Yes.
Wallop. Get it in.
Brilliant. What happened to the bee though? Did it sting you?
They die, don't they?
I mean, ultimately it died, sure, but at that particular moment did it sting you?
This was probably about 20 years ago, so I imagine...
No. Once the bee stings you,
so did it sting you?
Yeah, but did it sting you?
Yeah.
Right, that was the question.
When did it sting you?
when I was playing football.
No.
Carl, do you want me asking, you say you're on the school football team. Was there just 11 boys at your school?
What about how you got in the squad?
Listen, Carl. All I mean is, at what point in this story did the bee sting you? Straight away?
After half time.
Play a record, man.
Oh, he's the best! Depeche Mode, I Feel Loved, on XFM 104.9. It's about 17 minutes past 1 on this Saturday.
Go on.
We'll never interrupt me when it's going that well.
Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking there.
That was my record, that was about 4 or 5 sentences.
True.
They had semantic syntax, there was capital letters, full stops, grammar,
you
everything.
didn't even get the time out, did you? What time was it? Quick, what time was it? I interrupted, sorry, I should have. I was so eager. XFM 104.9, I'm Ricky Gervais. With me, Steve Smirch.
And the K-Man.
The K-Man. We're all giving ourselves nicknames now. Yeah. Can I just clear something up? This is only a very, very personal thing. Lots of people who listen to the show that I've spoken to, friends of friends and stuff, they think that I'm the guy that plays Gareth in The Office. Because my voice is obviously very similar.
It couldn't be further than the truth.
That's so not the case. If anyone's listening, they think it's me.
The truth.
I don't want to take credit for Mackenzie's performance. That's a guy called Mackenzie Crook. He's a brilliant actor. Yeah. Everyone's seen his performance. It's not me. Admittedly, he has loosely based his accent for the character on my accent, because obviously it's a comical accent. We all admit that. Yeah. We'll agree with that. But that's where the similarity ends.
Yeah. Mackenzie's a good-looking fellow, isn't he?
He's a good-looking lad.
I mean, that's not
You're not digging me. I know, because you're saying I'm a good-looking guy as well. You're just saying we're two differently good-looking guys.
Yeah, Carl, it's all people are all different looks. I mean, you could say Brad Pitt's good-looking, and then you could say George Clooney's good-looking, and they're both great-looking blokes. They don't look alike.
Exactly.
So for me to say Steve and Mackenzie aren't alike, Mackenzie's a good-looking fella.
Exactly.
You know, if you did a Venn diagram there, they weren't mutually exclusive. There would be a crossover of good-lookiness.
Yeah, and I'm in that pool with Brad Pitt and George Clooney.
Wow.
Well, it's quite a big pool, Rick, and I'm in there, certainly with them.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm in one of those Venn diagram circles.
You are, yeah, you're over this one.
What do you want to know? I noticed that's a separate one, floating off from all the others.
Yeah, lizards and parrots.
Ah, right.
Okay,
right.
so...
It's good to be included in something, though. It's good to be part of a gang, Carl, that's very important.
Yeah.
Right, if that's cleared up.
Depeche Mode there, and I Feel Loved. Who'd have thought Depeche Mode would have been that huge? I think I was seeing little lads from Basildon with little plinky plonky sound. I thought they'd be like Visage or something. That'd be it. And now they're stadium rock fillers. They're huge. They conquered America. He went through some hard times. He came out the other way, and well done.
But see, I think what you just said there is a very good example of why they are and why certain other bands aren't. Because if you think about it, for me, you see, whenever I think of a band name, if I see a new band's come along or whatever, I always use a very simple test, which is, can you imagine that you're the announcer at a huge event? Maybe it's like broadcasting around the world, like Live Aid or something.
Nelson Mandela concert.
Or it's a Nelson Mandela Freedom concert.
Yeah.
And you can imagine someone
He's there.
Nelson's there.
Yeah, with the Spice Girls.
Oh, they're all there. But you can imagine someone saying, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
Rolling
Stones. The Who.
Exactly. But you can't imagine someone saying, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Visage.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome our headline act? Welcome Idlewild!
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Ned's Atomic Dustbin. It doesn't... Do you know what I mean? You just know
the Levelers!
Some bands aren't going to make it. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Mega City 4! Do you know what I mean? It's
just a simple test. We'd like you to do that at home.
If you're thinking of starting a band, or you've just named your band, you're just beginning, just phone in, tell us, or email in, tell us what your band name is, and we will use that simple test.
And we will do the test. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome to the stage...
the Franken Walters!
Jimmy Eat World!
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Cooper Temple Claws! I don't think it's going to happen for those lads.
It's a good one.
It's a simple test, anyway, but...
100 reasons, please welcome to the stage, 100 reasons?
100 reasons I think would work quite well. We're just going to give the email address, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Reasons, if I could.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome to the stage, Pop Will Eat Itself! Carl, have you got like a sound effect or something of like, get the atmosphere
cheering.
We're going to test?
Cheering. We'll seek it out with.
Have you got something there? Have a look on there. I'm just looking in the NME, for the kind of forthcoming gigs of the smaller known bands, and it might be a useful place to just begin the.
Ladies and gentlemen, peoples around the world, will you please welcome to the stage Chumba Awamba!
Have you got a sound effect? We got one. Nice, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome to the stage the Parkinsons? Playing in Leicester this week, so I look forward to that.
That's a good plug, isn't it?
Let me see who else.
If anyone wants to pop down to Leicester to see the Parkinsons.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Cyclefly.
Okay.
Oh, there's a genuine one here. This is someone. Simon's emailed and he says, "Will you just test this name for us?" Okay, Carl, if you can. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome to the stage Coach? Not utterly convinced.
No,
not too bad. It's not.
I'm worried about the sound effect. We start to sound like Chris Moyles or something.
Well, he's a top broadcaster. Everyone loves him.
Losing weight as well.
He is hilarious. funny man. Just there's one more coming here. I'll just check this one.
Ladies and gentlemen,
will you please welcome, this is Chris in Oxford, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, meanwhile back in communist Russia.
Is that a band?
I assume so.
I assume it's his band,
yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, how does he listen to us in, hold on now, this is only local radio, how does he listen to us in Oxford?
Well, if only there was some kind of digital format that he could listen via the web net.
What is it?
What is
what is it?
What?
How does he listen in Oxford?
You can listen on Sky Digital.
Go on.
Channel 864.
Lovely.
864. Yeah.
And,
on the internet?
web.
Yeah.
Okay, what would the web address be?
xfm.co.uk.
Sure.
Click on the audio.
Yep.
And, you get XFM 10 seconds behind it actually happened.
Perfect.
Just of interest, what's the point of saying that if they can't sort of get us in London to listen to that, because they won't be, and they're either in London, so they won't go through this nonsense, or they're in Leicester, and they can't hear us saying Sky Digital.
Yeah, we haven't thought that through at all.
Because you might work in London for a bit, and then have a
go back and spread the word.
And, leave.
Yeah. Go back and spread the word, disciples.
Move back to Leicester.
Yeah.
Tell your mates.
Yeah. Soon,
any number of combinations.
Soon, XFM is the most listened to radio station in Britain.
Yeah.
What we need is people on Radio 2 to give it a plug every day.
That'd be ideal.
Yeah, or Radio 1.
Yeah. Any of the big rivals. Virgin.
Yeah.
I mean, we've often plugged Virgin. It's a good station.
105.8 Virgin Radio London.
It's a great station. Really good station.
Hard 106.2.
Lovely.
You're listening to Magic 105.4.
You're getting quite a lot of voiceover work now, aren't you?
I am. Yeah.
That's not.
I've stopped all that though.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's all right. It's good.
Well, I'm all right now. I've got a bit of money.
Classic 60s bands. I've just suddenly. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome to the stage The Scaffold?
Oh, The Scaffold.
You remember The Scaffold, Carl?
You picked the lead singer looks a bit like him, but you know whose brother that is in The Scaffold, don't you? Mike McGear. Do you know whose brother that is?
What?
Do you remember The Scaffold? They did, we'll drink a drink to Lily the Pink, the Human Ray.
Yeah, thank you very much for the entry, Ian. Do you know whose brother that is?
Whose brother? The lead singer?
No, the Mike McGear in it. Sort of one of the main men in it.
He's one of the songwriters in,
The
Scaffold.
Paul McCartney.
Is he?
Yeah.
I didn't realise that.
Yeah, that's Paul McCartney's brother. Think of that when they go home for Christmas. So I think Lily the Pink was what, about 1970?
Yeah. It was number one, wasn't it? Christmas number one?
Yeah, big number one, yeah. I don't know if it was Christmas number one. Two Little Boys was 1969, last year.
No, it definitely was number one.
Yeah, but I don't know if it was
Scaffold
Christmas
was. It was, because I remember I did it in
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they go home at Christmas and Mrs. McCartney goes, alright boys, how are you, Paul, how are you doing? I'm just starting a new band called Wings. Yeah, oh yeah, this is Linda. Alright, sit down. Mike, what are you doing? Just had number one. Brilliant, round of applause. How many number ones do you have, Paul? 19. Still. We know what we like, don't we?
We'll drink the Human Race.
Paul goes, wow, if you want to. The long and winding.
Boring. We'll drink a Linda, do you want to be in The Scaffold? We're probably going to go on tour and stuff. I know you love it. Well, I quite like it. Yeah. We'll drink.
You're not going to be in Wings if you're going to play with him.
Well, I got make a tricky decision. I mean, that's a great song. Everyone's loving it. It's Christmas number one.
What are you doing eating his bacon?
Well, I love it.
You don't eat bacon.
Yeah, but I love the music. He's a great guy.
Stop it. What are you doing?
Well, I just, I love the music. We'll drink a drink to Lily the Pink.
No, you don't. Yesterday. All my troubles seem so...
Thank you very much for that.
K3 Iron.
Oh, imagine that, because imagine him going, well, you've had 19 number ones. I mean, you know, it could be very tight. Yeah, if you stay like this with a scaffold, I'm going to rule the 70s.
Yeah, if things that carry on going like they're going now, the scaffold, ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome
to the stage, Beck.
Oh, nice one. Dandy Warhols. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Dandy Warhols.
There you are, it's never going to
That sounds like Levellers crossed with Wonder Stuff.
Rubbish, isn't it, really? I mean,
well,
you know, it's fine, it's chirpy.
It's a nice old song, but it's, you know, it's not...
It's that thing of it's just not essential. You just don't really need it in your life. If it never occurred, you wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you know what Carl just said?
Go on.
Were you listening?
Not really.
He looked out the window, and he looked at me, and he was looking at me, and I looked over at him, and he said, see, that would be good to die now. What? He went, that weather, that would be good to die. And I said, of what? He went, old age.
Yeah.
What's going on up there?
He's a philosopher, Rick.
He is,
He's on a different plane to us.
You can't say it like that. The other week, I came in when it was really miserable, and I said to you, God, can you imagine dying today?
Yeah.
Because
whereas today you feel it would be a much better day to die because it's bright.
The curtains open, sun shining. It's like...
I mean, you'd still be a bit angsty about the dying thing, wouldn't you? I mean, I don't suppose that would be alleviated.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Well, hopefully we'll still be broadcasting, you know, when one of us reaches that happy moment, and we can check.
Yeah.
It's quite a lot of emails, Rick, coming in about, the band names. I think a lot of people are going wrong for a simple reason. They think it's funny to have an ironic band name.
Yeah.
They think it's a bit comical. And I just don't think there's any great bands that have had a comical name that have made it into stadium filling.
What was that band? Where's Me Jumper? What were they called?
I don't know what they were called. I mean, the obvious example of one that was never going to make it internationally.
Splodgeness Abounds? Splodgeness Abounds?
No.
I like them, though.
Splodgeness Abounds.
Splodgeness Abounds, they were great.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Carter the Unstoppable Sex Machine!
USM.
These are some of the ones we've had emailed in. These are bands, obviously, that haven't made it so far, and I don't think they will. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, the Lazy Birds. Nope.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, the Paperclips.
That's not a real band,
That's what someone sent in.
I don't know, yeah, but no band name is weirder than the others, and also you grow into it. I mean, the Stones and the Beatles are iconic because they are iconic bands.
What you think you'll grow into? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Shuttle Rock. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Treehouse Casino. I don't think they're gonna...
That's just made up!
Well, possibly.
Well, they all are,
but they all
obviously.
But my point is, people say there's no logic to band names, but if you think a band name like the Smiths, that's genius.
It is,
It sums up everything that band is about, you know, the kind of... They're capturing that mediocre world of grim up northness, you know.
My favourite, Sonic Youth.
Sonic Youth is genius.
Nirvana.
These are incredible band names, so there is some logic to it. I genuinely believe. It's not just arbitrary words.
What about
The
Madness?
Cure. The Cure.
Madness sounds rubbish, but they're good, aren't they?
Yeah, but again, they were never gonna be... They were never going to be world beaters.
But they were a comical band, essentially.
Yeah,
they were a knees-up party band, and Madness is fine for that.
But they had some great songs as well, and then it sort of turned it all, because then...
I mean, Rick, I don't know how many members...
Not Home Today is a great song, and
this is from an email. I don't know how many members of the band there are in Chimney Factory, but if there's 5 people, who decided, and they all agreed, yeah, that's the best name we can come up with.
Decided? Dell.
Right.
Well, he started the band, and they rehearsed around his house, so Dale went, look, it's called Chimney Factory, because my granny's doing it. They go, alright, Dale, but it's not, I've got some other, but no, it's called Chimney Factory.
I own the van and the amps.
There's Paperclips gone, there's a band in Leicester called Paperclips. We can't, you know, we'll just argue over that forever.
And just all I'm saying is think before you name your band, alright? Because it's never going to happen if you've got a comical band name.
There was a feminist band called Clitoris All Sorts, which is quite good, isn't it?
But you laugh, and then you just think, oh...
Yeah.
You know, I'm never going to have that on my t-shirt. Imagine that. Clitoris All Sorts.
It's that time of the day now, talking of that.
Yep.
Song for the Lovers.
Sure, it's beautiful.
Now, Steve, I mean, I will play great old tunes till the cows come in. We got to give them a little bit of Dandy Warhols and Air and Athlete. I know that, and they're great, they're good, right? But, I wanted to play a Cat Stevens song, but I thought I'd better not, because I've, you know, play that a little bit. And we quite like resurrecting old reputations, don't we? People like Elton John who had bad faces, or David Bowie.
People whose names now are largely laughed at in the serious rock
or people
circles.
that people might not have considered. I thought Cassie was like, oh no, Rod Stewart, I thought.
Was he Rod Stewart? Many people now are thinking of the leopard hot pants and the ludicrous hair.
Think I'm Sexy and all those sort of awful stadium sort of disco things, but he wrote beautiful tracks from Maggie May and I thought, hold on, two birds with one stone. What about a Rod Stewart song written by Cat Stevens?
Wow. Is there such a thing?
The first cut is the deepest.
Let's hear it, Rick.
On this album as well is The Killing of George. Georgie Part 1 and 2, remember? About the gay bloke. Georgie Boy was gay, I guess. His favourite song. Carl's favourite song, right? Yeah. And I was going, oh yeah, I remember that, yeah. I said about, and I said, did not intend to take his life, he just pushed it when he gets mugged and killed. Do you know what he said?
Go on.
I was sitting outside, I was singing, he went, well, as I said, they go out too late.
They go out too late?
He meant gay people go out too late. He went, no, they do. I went, what do you mean? He said, well, they're always out, they go out when people are coming home. He said, if he'd have been in bed by 10, he'd still be alive today.
That's a sobering lesson,
And he went,
Carl.
there's one that works here and he's shattered every Monday.
Oh, if you're gay and you're listening, just be in bed earlier. Go out when sensible people go out.
Yeah.
You're right, we're not on the continent, Carl,
If you're gay and you're not in bed by 10, go home.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
First cut is the deepest, Rod Stewart.
Song for the night.
Don't Be Like, XFM, 104.9, 5 to 2.
Absolutely.
Ricky Gervais with me,
Steve Merchant.
Smirch. The Smirch. And the K-Man. KP, Karl Pilkington, the K-Man.
Pressing the buttons.
Yeah. See that in Heat this week?
What was it?
About the campaign to stop Karl going back to Manchester. You know, because he's a miserable sort of northerner who goes, London's crap and I want to go back up north.
Yeah.
And I only need 40 quid a week to live up there like king and all that sort of rubbish. Right, well, Boyd from Heat, well, we met him at the, that award ceremony.
Oh, yeah.
And, we were saying about, he really enjoys Karl. He's getting a lot of people like Karl. And I was going, oh yeah, but he's thinking of leaving. He's going, oh, start a campaign. And he did, and he put it in there. So the campaign, so write in if you like Karl. If you think he's really annoying, then we'll stop talking to him.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like him.
I love him.
Yeah.
Have you ever read the, White Van Man column in The Sun, Carl?
I've seen it.
Have you familiar with this? This is where every day in The Sun they interview a guy who drives a white van, just, in order to get the kind of voice of the man on the street in the paper. And he has to answer, or just give his opinions, really, on, events that have made the news each week. Just thought we could maybe throw some of these at you, Carl.
Go on.
Because we know to see what your views are.
Yeah.
So, just the first thing that comes into your mind, the sort of, your initial reaction to each of these,
all things, but you don't need to know about them, it's just your philosophy on it,
yeah,
so.
just your views.
You know, yeah.
I have had a few days off this week, remember, so I don't know what's going on in the world.
Yeah, I mean, you stayed in London though, didn't you? You
didn't bury yourself, did you?
I normally see the news, but I didn't this week.
Okay. So what was your view on Will Young beating Gareth Gates in the final of Pop Idol?
Don't like him. No. You know what I was thinking about when I was watching it all the way through?
Yeah.
How he looks like he's got a wire coat hanger in his gob. That's sort of...
Right.
Again, it's radio, Carl.
Radio.
It's a great face.
The funny face you're pulling doesn't translate.
And, a radio.
And that's a problem for you, is it?
And just the way he's from a really rich family. I opened up the paper on the Monday or something, and it had like, he went to a posh school and he's got loads of money already.
Yeah.
It's just a bit...
Okay. Right, what's the second question?
There have been huge rises in street crime, especially muggings and carjackings. What's your view there?
More youth clubs are needed, aren't there?
You think more youth clubs?
I like that.
No? Okay.
No, I like that because it's so 1950s.
Yeah,
it's sort of like you want a bobby on the beat that'll clip you around the ear.
So once they've come out of national service...
Yeah! No, I love that. And if you find someone smoking a wood bomb, you make them smoke 50.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, this is great. That is great.
Did you used to go to, youth clubs?
Yeah.
And they kept you out of trouble?
You used to get into a fight afterwards when you came out.
But for the sort of hour and a half you were there?
You had a bit of pool and some boxing and a bit of pop.
Yeah.
So more youth clubs, that's good.
I love him. I love him. If you're at home, just make notes, because this is brilliant stuff. Honestly, you won't hear more honest, from the heart.
Exactly.
Stuff and this is great. Go on.
This is not pre-planned. These are your direct responses now.
I promise you, Carl did not know what we were going to do. He never knows what we're going to do, and he always answers honestly. That is the beauty of Carl. It's not an act.
What is your view, Carl, on New York's former mayor becoming Sir Rudy Giuliani? Sir Rudy Giuliani.
Is he happy with it?
He appears to be pleased with it.
Let it go ahead.
Fair enough.
Okay. Go ahead. Oh, he's genius.
Okay.
Is he happy with it? He's like your nan.
Yeah. What do you make of Michael Greco's character Beppe being axed from EastEnders? Problem for you?
The whole soap thing. What's it's back in Coronation Street, isn't she? What's her name?
Who?
Bet Lynn's. She thought she'd go off and be a bigger star.
Yeah.
All went wrong, and now she's coming back.
Yeah. Always happens, doesn't it?
Beppe will be back.
Yeah.
No one really cares.
Sure.
What was the van reply? What was the guy?
The White Van Man says, obviously they feel the character has run his course, but I think he's a pretty good actor and I can't understand why. So, I mean, obviously there's a White Van Man there who's also got an opinion on script development.
The through line, yeah.
The narrative through line of soap opera.
The 12-week narrative, the arc really showed itself up.
There's two last ones I want your opinion on here. What do you make of a cat that's been cloned in a secret 2.5 million research project?
To find out what?
If they can clone cats, yeah.
Have they had to hurt it?
Sorry?
Have they had to sort of hurt it to do that?
Have they had to hurt it?
Yeah, or is it just scraping its tongue for some stuff?
I think the cat's fine. The point is that they're cloning another creature which is potentially very dangerous. Have you seen that film where they bring Hitler back?
That cat, what if that cat turned out to be a world dictator?
Exactly. What do you reckon of cloning generally, Carl? You concerned about it?
I think they're cloning for organs, they grow them for the,
Do you know what cloning means?
Yeah, it's when you, like, make something else that's the same, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to do any harm.
Okay. And finally...
Put you on the World Council.
Yeah. Finally, what do you make of some city workers who were caught bonking in the glass lifts of the Lloyd's building?
What do I make of it?
Yeah. Is that a problem for you? Do you think that's unprofessional?
Was it the lunch break, or...?
I think it was lunch break.
It was their own...
Alright.
It's their own time, I think, fair enough. It only takes 45 seconds to go from the bottom to the top. Is that a problem? They moved quickly. They acted, on instinct. Do you think fair enough? If that's their natural instincts and they're both consenting, you think fine?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks very much, Carl.
Thanks very much, Carl.
Carl, we'll have more of Carl's world-weary opinions next time on the show. Listen, I want to play a track that I love.
I can't wait for this track. It's by a great band. Just going to do it before Steve does this. Coming up, we're going to give away a great game. I'm sort of clearing out my flat with Tony, and then we've got a lot of junk there. And we're going to give away a great game coming up. You've seen it, Steve. You're excited.
I'm looking forward to that.
It's a board game that we're all going to sign. It's going to be signed by Jerv, Smirch, KP, the K-Man. So you could win that.
The classic album Copper Blue by Sugar. Listening to it again recently, reminded how good it was. Yeah. This is the track Hoover Dam. Play it.
Repeating now.
White Stripes fell in love with a girl on XFM 104.9. It's 2:10. Right, okay, that's the first hour out of the way. Next hour, Steve, I've got a game to give away. As I say, I'm sort of cleaning out my flat a little bit, and we were going to throw away stuff, and I went, whoa, don't throw that away.
Yeah.
I can give that away on the show, because XFM don't give us anything to give away.
No.
Does anyone care what happens weekends?
No.
There's people coming here going, he hasn't turned up, fiddling with stuff, fire alarms going off. The library, but we were looking for a track we played a couple of weeks ago on the same album, and it's gone.
Yeah, it's been pinched since we last played it.
This is I can't believe it, they're moving it, that's like a tip out there, and I have to...
No, it is a disgrace, Carl.
It is. It is absolutely, it's disgusting.
How many of the DJs on this station have won multiple awards like Ricky Gervais?
Yeah, how
many of them are double award winning?
To have someone of my caliber. I hurt my ankle, didn't I, moving a chair. I had to even move my own chair in here, and I hit my ankle. That'll teach me not to wear socks.
Yeah.
The socks would have just taken out the sting.
I think just walking around barefoot generally is there's the needles, Rick, there's all sorts of
stuff. Or Posh does it in her video, she walks around barefoot.
Oh, you love
My heart's got a mind of its own.
Ricky absolutely loves the current Victoria Beckham
film. I like the sentiment, my heart's got a mind of its own. It's like, doesn't matter what I'm thinking in my head, my heart says something else. Of course, what we did for the last week was change the lyric.
Just walk around for ages.
Does anyone else do that? Just go, things like, my wife's got a cock of her own. Things like that, and
Seriously, hours of amusement.
just changing it. Just
My knob's got some balls of its own.
We're doing that for a week. Meant to be working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were going to give away this game, Rick.
Yeah, it's called Donutters, and it's a game for 4 players, or 2 to 4
Have
players.
you ever played it yourself?
We sort of got it for a party, and I watched some people.
Can I try and sell it to punters who may...
Yeah, go on.
Play the part of a crazy donut-loving elephant in this hilarious game of fun and fast action.
Yeah. You put on a little elephant thing, and you have to pull up get up the donuts.
Brilliant. Can you be the first elephant to get all your donuts on your trunk? Be the first one... the first one is...
Sorry, this isn't a sex game, by the way. There's no euphemisms there.
Some of this is a bit slightly damaged, the packaging, that's why I couldn't read that.
You're joking?
Yeah. But don't worry, because you're not asking much for this, are you? We'll start at £5. Bear in mind, it'll be signed by double award-winning Ricky Gervais.
No, of course it's free. And, Carl went, "Have you got a question?" I went, "No." He said, well, something about the Elephant Man.
Something about the elephant.
Yeah, and I went, yeah. You know what, John Merrick? He went, yeah. He went, yeah, something about that. Awful, wasn't it? I went, you know where Michael Jackson actually bid for the skeleton of that? And, he went, what, would the skeleton be affected? I went, without it grows, that's what happens, it's nice. And he went, you don't see any of that about these days, do you? And I just said, save it.
Although, of course, you have to put on these masks when you play Donutters, so in a strange way, that looks kind of Merrick-esque.
Yeah.
The game, Rick, I should just tell people listening, is elephantastic.
It is.
It says that on the box.
It is elephantastic. It is elephantastic.
I mean, you yourself, can I say a question, actually? This is a possible question.
Okay. Should we sign it first?
We should sign it, but, based on the Elephant Man question, obviously, we all know who directed the Elephant Man film.
Sure.
Don't we? So, yeah.
Parker, no.
David Lynch.
Lynch, of course, yeah.
But, do you know who one of the people that got that film made was? He's a very famous comedian. It was his production company that got it up and running. He may be an executive producer. I think he was even the producer of it. And, he's an famous American comic actor. You wouldn't imagine this was the same guy who is also producing a very serious, sober film like The Elephant Man, alright? We want to know who was that man.
It's a bit hard for that.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, that'll separate the wheat from the chaff.
I don't know. Have you seen anything else that's elephantastic? Not even Welephant was elephantastic. He was Welefantastic.
Rick, have you got any more memorabilia that you want to give to people? Maybe
get rid of.
Because I have to say, I've got
the council won't take it away.
I've got loads of junk in my house. I've got an old fridge freezer in the front garden. Anyone's welcome to come and pick that up anytime. I'll sign it for them.
But what about children climbing in it? That's not one of those with the handles, is it?
There's several children trapped in there. Yeah, well, that's a sobering lesson.
You know
the
what?
Council who won't come and pick it up.
It's a problem though, isn't it? Because you can't just
smash it up. You're right.
Anymore.
No.
I don't know what you're meant to do.
Well, listen, right, when I was growing up, I remember the council, used to charge £5 or something to take away, like, cookers and fridges, so my dad used to bury them. Down the bottom of my garden, I don't know, there's a cooker, there's a fridge, there's a freezer of some sort, there's a dog and a couple of cats, they were dead.
I'm not saying my father's quite a mean man, as you know, but my dad used to do that with dead relatives.
Yeah, because those funeral parties take the piss.
Very expensive.
So a funeral can be, you know, up to 40 quid.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Whereas a shovel, borrowed off the bloke next door, that's a massive saving.
And not give him back, to be honest.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, he's gonna go soon. What's he gonna say?
Okay, to win Donutters, signed by Mr. Ricky Gervais and 2 other blokes you've never heard of. It's elephantastic. Yeah. And the question is, what was the name of the famous comedian, American comedian?
Give out the number.
That produced, and had heavy production involvement in the film The Elephant Man. The email address is ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. Carl, what's the phone number?
08700 800 1234.
Right, next up, we've had a lot of requests. Carl's popularity is growing. They want to hear his Super Mega Mix, the Britney Spears thing. Big it up.
Yeah, it's good.
Tell us what it is.
Alright, it's, Mark being Blade, the vocals of The Unknown, over Britney Spears. Hit Me Baby One More Time.
Let's hear it. It's highly illegal.
We're fantastic.
Go on then, back announce it, Carl. It's yours. Go on.
That's, Mark being Blade there, with a bootleg.
And what's it called? You called it something, haven't you? You cleverly called it something. What did you call it?
Nick this record one more time.
Good. Very good.
Karl Pilkington there, breaking all kinds of copyright rules.
Now, coming up, we're going to be talking a little bit of Feng Shui. The art of moving things around so it's better.
The ancient oriental art of rearranging your living room.
Yeah, the ancient art of don't sit near a window.
Exactly.
Because you won't get any money for it. And we've got a book.
Well, we've been exploring Feng Shui for our own amusement.
Yeah, and we're going to be reading some great things.
This is just good. It's good, solid Feng Shui advice for us.
I mean, what do you need to know? I mean, just keep those questions coming to life. If you've got any question for Karl, don't forget that's an ongoing thing. Anything in the world, any question, personal problems, philosophies, on like, it can be out of the. Just ask Karl if you want. Just ask Karl. Okay. All right, Karl, you're up for that, aren't you?
Yeah. That's
and you give your honest opinion, won't you? Always.
Yep.
Yeah.
Should we give away donuters?
Oh, is this what? It's been won. Who's won it, Karl?
Scott Hammond.
Well done.
Well done, Scott.
He'll be loving that. He's probably going to have a party, especially to play donuters.
We've had a number of right answers, but I'm afraid Scott's the winner. And the question, of course, was which famous American comedian was heavily involved in the production of the film The Elephant Man? It was, of course, Mel Brooks.
Surprising.
And he's got a company called Brooks Films.
Our first person that called in, I think he was a bit confused. He said, "Is it testicles?"
Yeah.
When what? The producer went, testicles.
Yeah.
What was that illness years ago? Right, there was a couple of lads at our school
Oh, yeah.
had really big heads
Right.
and webbed fingers.
And webbed fingers.
And
Sorry, wait. Was that? Hold on. Did you find him in a pond? Did they used to be little tadpoles?
no,
Karl, you're not confusing your past with an old episode of Doctor Who, are you?
What were they called? These two?
I didn't mix with them.
Right.
It was just like, of
course not.
There was nobody thought anything of it at school. Cause
No,
like,
sure.
You used to it.
Yeah, it's the North.
There goes the creature from the Black Lagoon again.
yeah. He's late.
Brilliant at trigonometry.
He's late for double maths.
Yeah.
But, I didn't think anything of
What
it.
is it called? What is the disease called where two fellas, are they
Not even related.
rubbish?
Not related.
Were you near a nuclear power station when you were growing up?
Yeah.
You weren't really?
Yeah.
God, this explains so much.
This has got
I
a bit
don't
heavy.
think that's it.
Hey, talking of enormous heads,
Yeah.
you were at the Pop Idol final, weren't you, Rick? You went
Yeah.
down there just because obviously Rick's a huge fan of Pop Idol. He wanted to be there. He wanted to give his support.
Quite seriously, there was no irony there. We were
Yeah, he
having
genuinely
great
is a
time.
fan of it. And he was. You sort of had photos taken with various people.
Yeah, of
didn't you? 'Cause
course.
you were a bit drunk and you wanted to have a memento of it. And it's obviously a picture of you with Fat Man Rick Waller.
Yeah.
But the best one is a picture of Ricky and his girlfriend with Dr. Fox.
Yeah.
Whose head
It's twice the size of mine.
any other head. It's quite remarkable. I
He's
don't know how they make
barrel. He was a lovely bloke, and he was really nice to meet him and everything. But he looks like an immaculate tan, and he's always happy, and he's
It looks
really
on the
good.
picture, it looks like someone you might see in a carnival who's built a huge papier-mâché head. And it just, we're like Frank Sidebottom, and just sort of walking on the road. It's just incredible.
Dr. Fox didn't used to go to your school, did he? He used to hang around with a mate. They were great swimmers. They were brilliant swimmers. Oh, God.
Have we got another song lined up?
Yeah, what are we going to play?
Bit for a munch.
Bit of who?
For a munch.
Let's hear it.
Faramunch, got ya. XFM 104.9. Well, as we promised, some Feng Shui. What do you want to know? Ratio of windows. It's one of those little books that you see at the sort of like the front desk of like Waterstones or Dillon's or one of those. And it's just, it's a little guide. It's, should I say what it is? I'm allowed, aren't I? Lillian Two's little book of, Feng Shui. And, obviously you can't go into it in depth, but it's some little,
Just some little sort of nuggets, I suppose.
Yeah, ratio of windows. The ratio of windows to doors in your rooms should not exceed 3-1. Too many windows cause all your luck to seep away. Obviously. Hello! It is also better not to have windows on the wall opposite the door.
Is that the case in your place, Karl? Because you may need to brick that up when you get back later.
I always remember, I used to work nights.
Yeah.
Right? And it was when my brother just sort of got kicked out of the army.
Yeah.
And my mum and dad went away on holiday, so he was staying with us.
He's got to write a book, this bloke. You've got to write a book, Karl. Go
I
on.
came back,
Yeah.
and there was women everywhere. There's women in every bed in the house. I thought, where am I going to sleep?
Had he set up a brothel? What?
So, no, it's just a bit of a one.
That's impressive, though. A girl in every single bed. I mean,
He was mad. So, I slept on the sofa downstairs, and I didn't sleep that well.
yeah,
But I slept on it before when it was facing a different way,
sure.
and I had a good sleep.
So for you, that's proved the worth of Feng Shui.
Yeah, I think there's something in it.
Did you honestly think there's something in it, though?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Okay, we'll just read a few of the others, Rick.
Okay, well, it's not. I think most people know this one. Display the three-legged frog for luck. Look for a three-legged frog. You can buy one from any Chinese supermarket, and place it in the vicinity of your front door, facing inwards as if it has just come into the house. Don't place the frog facing the door! Please.
Oh, come on, people.
What?
Think before you place your frog.
I mean, this really is... I mean, but...
What's the last page? Because that will be the most important one, won't
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
the last one,
The wealth vase. Make a wealth vase and keep it hidden in your cupboard. It can be made of gold, crystal or glass. Can I just say something? If you've got a vase made of gold, you're probably alright for money anyway.
Yeah, sure. But this is the wealth vase. How do you make the wealth vase?
Fill it with semi-precious stones and with soil taken from a rich man's garden.
So just find the soil of a rich man. Take some soil from the...
This is like bury a piece of steak and the water will go.
Yeah.
I have a tooth of frog. This is
the one where with the gods. Can you find that one?
Oh, where's that one? Yeah.
What do you make of Feng Shui, Carl? Is it something you believe in?
Well, like I said, I didn't sleep well on the sofa when it was...
So for you, that's proof positive.
Yeah, you've got to get it right, haven't you?
I'd like Carl to read this out.
Okay.
Yeah, do you mind? Read it out. Just read it out loud.
Which one?
Yeah, the gods are here. Right. Okay.
Just read that. That's such a good
Invite
bit.
the gods
Yeah.
of wealth into your home.
Yeah.
The Chinese have several gods of wealth,
Yeah.
which they display in their homes to attract... What? Prosperity.
Prosperity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. My personal favourite is Chi Yi,
Yeah.
who sits on a tiger.
He sits on a tiger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
It's pretty difficult to find this fella.
Yeah.
If you could use Kang Kung, or the 3-star gods, oh no.
Read him out.
Read out the names of the star gods.
FUK.
Read it out.
no,
Just read
he's
it.
a god.
It's a
He's a
Chinese
god.
god. You're
He's a
allowed to
Chinese
say
god.
Chinese god on the radio.
No.
You are allowed to say
If you're allowed to
Chinese.
say it, you say it then.
Well, look. You're so immature.
Read the three of them out, Rick.
Okay. If he is difficult to find, you should use Quan Kung or the 3-star gods, Fuck, Luck, and Sao, all of whom bring wealth and prosperity.
Now, what were the names of the gods again? Because if I'm making a note at home, Rick, I better...
It's a Chinese god.
Yeah, there's Quan Kun, or you can use Luk Sao.
You can't.
What? But it's a god. FUK. That's how it's...
Yeah, I assume. I don't know if we're pronouncing it wrong. I really apologise.
Apologies if we're offending anyone who's of an Oriental persuasion. But that's Quan Kun, or Luk Sao, or Fuck. And any of those gods are available at a Chinese supermarket.
Near you.
Yeah. That's Feng Shui. It's an ancient art. You can't... Give me that look.
No!
Clinic. Walking with thee. So that's Feng Shui.
That's Feng Shui sorted.
We've given away donutters. We've talked a little bit about band names today, with more insight into Carl's psyche. Now you during that record you said we knock everything. You saw something about the Bermuda Triangle, didn't you?
Yeah, when I talked about Ghost, you sort of just, because you don't believe in it. I think it's because you're scared of it, to be honest, and you can't admit to understanding it and
Sure.
actually believing in it.
Sure.
Thing on last night, Steve.
Yes.
Bermuda Triangle.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know much about that?
Mainly the song by... What was his name?
What's his name?
Bermuda Triangle, where people disappear.
No,
Bermuda Triangle.
What's his name? No, Barry Manilow.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the lyrics? Bermuda Triangle, where people disappear. Bermuda Triangle, don't go near.
Yeah.
I shouldn't really make a joke out of it.
No, you're right. Go on.
But, what it is, right, there's a programme saying what it's about. What do you know about it?
As I say, mainly from what Barry's told me, but certainly planes and various boats have gone missing within the Bermuda Triangle.
Planes?
Yeah, but obviously that documentary didn't explore
He learned a lot about that. For that. I learned a lot about American history through We Didn't Start the Fire by Billy Joel.
Again, most of my knowledge of the sort of Tsarist Russia comes from
Rasputin by Boney M.
Well, listen.
Yeah, he was the lover of the Russian queen.
They put some poison into his wine.
Yeah. They shot him till he was dead.
Yeah.
Which is, go on.
Right, well, this.
Oh, those
right,
Russians.
Sort of, bit of an earthquake in the sea.
Sure.
Lets out methane gas.
Okay.
And apparently, if you were swimming out in the sea,
Yeah.
and there was like an earthquake and some methane came out, you can't swim in it, you just sink.
Okay.
even if you're a good swimmer.
What happens if you're two lads from your school? And they
heads.
Yeah, that's like a buoy, so you can see them a mile off, and their webbed hands would get them into shore.
Because they did actually say, even if you're wearing a life jacket, if the water's full of methane, right?
You just sink.
You just sink. So what it's saying is, boats have gone across the sea, got a load of methane in the sea, and the boat just sinks.
Right. What about the planes?
Is it then sort of planes with little sort of floaty things on?
Could be.
That'll be the sort they've landed in the sea.
Right.
And methane's coming.
Well, sorry, Carl, what did the documentary say? Not I imagine.
Yeah, your hypothesis might be one thing.
What did they say on the
They
documentary?
didn't cover that bit. They didn't
cover the planes.
They didn't do the planes.
Something else they said about it, though.
Go on.
Loch Ness, the monster,
Yep.
Sure.
probably doesn't exist.
Okay.
What it is,
Interesting. Hold on, interesting. Oh, interesting.
It's-
What, they thought Loch Ness probably didn't exist?
Curious viewpoint.
Hold on. What proof have they got for that, Carl? How can they go around saying stupid things like that?
it's methane,
Right.
In Loch Ness.
and people have seen, what's the lake it's in?
Loch Ness.
Yeah?
It being the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah.
That's where it lives. That's how it finds its way home.
That's certainly the
You're
clue.
never gonna
Yeah,
Again, Carl, that's the clue.
Yeah, it's a clue. And if it's wondering, it goes, excuse me, would you know where, I'm being the Loch Ness Monster, where would I be going? Oh, you'd be going to the Loch Ness if that's your home. It's way over there, you big
anyway,
monster, you.
So the bubbles from the
Sure.
methane bubble up out of the water.
Yeah.
People think, oh god, it's a monster's head. But it's not, it's just water sort of shooting up because of the bubbles.
Well, that's two of the great mysteries of the universe solved by Karl P on a Saturday afternoon.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
So, that makes me think a lot of things. So, you know, when mediums are sort of like going, oh, I've got something coming through. Do you think they are exhaling a lot of methane gas? And thus making them not think straight? Do you think everything's down to methane gas? Do you think that all the mysteries of the universe are down to methane gas, Carl? What did it say in the documentary you saw?
About what?
What was the budgie happy? We know that budgie was sad. Was it in a room? Because they used to take canaries down the mines, didn't they? They used to take canaries down the mines, they'd smell the methane, and then the budgie would be happy.
I'm not going to teach you anymore.
Play a record.
The long and winding
Should we introduce this, shouldn't I?
Go on then.
Oh, it's Beatles, Long and Winding Road.
Smooth. Are we getting paid for this?
and winding road.
Our Freaks Electric, Richard X and the Sugar Babes on XFM 104.9. Well, nearly through, we've had a few laughs again, a
Yep.
few tears.
Absolutely, as always.
Oh, excuse me, and don't be alarmed, I look quite frightening, but I'm merely a nice monster. I seem to have lost my way home. Could you direct me in the right direction?
Nice to meet you, yeah, Karl Pilkington.
Hi.
What's your name?
Why do you need to know my name?
Well, it might help me to find out where you come from.
Oh, my name's the Loch Ness Monster.
Okay, alright, give me a second. What was your name again?
Loch Ness Monster.
See, this is what I mean. When you came in, you're all over me. Like a rash.
Being nice to you.
Yeah. Gets towards the end, you get nasty.
It's the phone. Answer it. See who it is.
Can you give us a second, listeners? Just amuse yourselves for a moment. We're
Who
just
is it?
speaking to, Carl's just on the phone there speaking to someone. We'll just, keep you abreast of who that is.
is it?
Time. It's, 10 to 3.
Wants to know if you're doing a live show somewhere tonight.
So, just a private call now, asking Ricky.
I am, yeah.
Later.
But
Ricky, of
I
course,
don't want to
just
say it
appeared
now.
recently on television.
I've
David
mind
Brent
one person now. I
in
don't want
Hit
to
6
get
on
out
The
there.
Office, and often performs live at different venues around the country. So while those two take care of business. Alright guys, have you finished that private call?
That was a mess.
Jeez, that was outrageous. You know you're a fan of Feng Shui, Carl, and you believe it's all true. I just run this one past you just on the off chance.
Yeah.
Because maybe that you change your opinion slightly.
Yeah.
Feng Shui teaches you to use your environment wisely.
Sure.
If your land and the surrounding area is undulating, it's said to house auspicious dragons. When land is flat and featureless, the dragon is missing and the land is said to be less auspicious.
Excuse me, they call me the Brixton Dragon.
Sure.
I seem to have lost my way. I know it's South London somewhere, but could you help me find my home?
What's your name?
Well, they call me the Brixton Dragon.
Right, where are you from?
I see what you mean. I see what you mean, aye.
Oh, the Cayman. So does that make you query it at all, the dragon?
I'm not into it that much.
Right,
I'm
sure.
just saying that if you have your head one end of the bed rather than the other, it might make a difference to your night's sleep.
It's not so much feng shui though, is it, as sort of good advice? Generally. When you went home...
Don't sleep on the end of a spike near a cliff.
Good
I mean, that's good advice, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you went home and the house was full of women, why did you sleep on the sofa? Why did you not pop upstairs and sort of...
Into a warm bed.
Yeah, with a woman. Were they dressed, or... Did your brother still sort of have those kind of parties, or...?
I haven't seen him for years.
Sure. Where's he living now?
I don't know.
Okay.
What's his name?
Mark.
He's not known as, like, Moss Side Mark.
Because that could be a clue.
10 Dawlish Road Mark.
He's never out of prison long enough to get a nickname.
Hey,
Really?
steady on, it's getting a bit heavy, isn't it?
God. Is this what's motivated a lot of your anxiety?
Yeah.
The hair loss, that sort of thing?
We always go a little bit too far, don't we?
They're a bit dark at the end of the show.
I know. Well, it's, well, sorry about
Request
that.
them for Pete.
Oh, Pete wanting a little bit of Muse. Yeah, if Pete wants it. I mean, I'm not a big fan. I don't mind Muse. I've still not got over them doing that, summertime song. What was it called?
Nina Simone cover, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, listen, let's not bring the show down.
No.
Let's play Muse, and then we'll be
Pete
pretty
in
much
South
finished.
Kensington. Plug in, baby.
Let's enjoy it.